Okay, so here's the new piece. I just got it uncrated. It was nothing too exciting. What I'll do is you get out of the way. And yeah, I beat my children all the time, don't I, Tim? I'm an abuser. Anyway, what I got to do here is flip this thing onto the right side. Thing here. That is the way that belongs. Okay, so this is the way it will sit on here. This side is obviously the driven side, or the drive side, where that new post is. It's been packed in some kind of a tar or grease. This here, I don't understand that piece. It's here, but it's got this header must go on several different machines to that's the only thing I can figure, because there's things welded in there that don't belong in there, or that are not used in this application. But the reason that this header frame is being replaced is real simple. This piece here is called the backbone, and if you didn't see it in my earlier video this summer, when I had this thing tore all apart to re-straighten it all up, this piece here was flipped the wrong direction, and there's a welded seam on the other side where it should have been to begin with, so whoever's getting this baler next will be really happy with it, because it won't have that welded seam right here. And that welded seam is split the whole way. That's the reason that it went down into that ditch and bent, was because of that welded seam breaking. And I ended up welding it on that baler. Now what I did, and you can see it, here, watch out, Tim. You can see it. I took the jack and I jacked up on this side right here, and then I welded it. And you can see that this side over here is actually higher than this side because my weld held. And what I expected to have happen, because where Timothy is working is the side that has the lift on it. What I expected was it to relax a little bit, which it never did. So it's crooked. That's why I'm replacing this backbone. Oh, let me rezoom you back out to where it belongs. But that's why I'm replacing this this pickup frame. This pickup frame with the shipping is $3,400 and change, so $3,500. 25 and change for the frame, 900 and change for the shipping. So yeah, and they did a really shitty job of painting it. This is actually the top side, so I will be doing some touch-up work before we're finished with it. I actually have a can of touch-up paint, and I'm really surprised at the poor quality of the paint on this thing, because it is brand new, as you can see. So Mr. Tim is over there working on that, making a lot of noise, and I am just, you know, yammering on about this new pickup frame. I will not be doing the welding on the inside here. We're just going to let that go. It is not going to be my problem anymore, which is a shame, but if I weld a new piece in here like I had done before on that one, whoever opens the gear case is going to see that, and they're going to be like, hey, wait a minute. So we're just going to leave this thing 100% OEM. And if New Holland wants to do something to it, that is New Holland's prerogative. We will let them do that. But I am 100% confident that when we're done with this thing, it'll go to the field and bale thousands of bales flawlessly, just as long as you're not in what I was doing. I mean, I was doing mulch hay. Mulch hay is really tough to deal with. Some of the farms, you know, some of the farms have questionable fields as far as the smoothness of them, but you know what? I think we'll be all good to go. But anyway, we're going to get to work and shut up. so we got that part off. I think I dropped the nut when I was trying to pick that thing up. It was a little heavy. What do you think, Tim? I think I dropped the nut.
Maybe.
Might have dropped them both.
Shut up.
Yeah, I need to pick them up. Oh yeah, that was a real ball buster.
Shut up.
Alright, Tim, you're cleaning this thing out, right?
Yep.
Look up. Straight up. Look at that shit. That's got to be picked out too. So Tim's going to be working on this thing a little bit, getting it really nice and cleaned up. You can see the little bit of wear that's on this thing. There's some wear. Not a lot, I would say, but yeah. Interesting. Interesting to say the least. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to, when he's done with that, we're going to take this bad boy here and we're going to put it up in there and get it fastened on, and then we will start tearing everything off of that header and putting it onto this header. Of course, replacing parts as we go. So that's what's next. Right, Tim? We need a time lapse, don't we?
Yeah.
If we had a time lapse, we could do this really cool. But anyway.
Remember I did it with
the GoPro?
No, my phone.
No. Okay, so we're just kind of, yeah, let's go ahead. I've done some touch-up work on paint on this thing already, just because I want to keep ahead of it before I get the thing all back together again. But there's this one piece of metal that has to go on before, this guy here, before the header goes on. So we're going to take that and these here, and we're going to put them on there. Tim, we're probably going to need a hammer to go ahead and knock them bolts out of there. We've taken the nuts off. They're right there. And if you get the two end ones out, then we'll be able to do that. But yeah, so we're just pulling these pieces off that are absolutely necessary to, now the center ones come right out. Absolutely necessary before we go ahead and put that on there. Now what I'm going to have Timothy do before he puts it on over there is to take it over to the flat piece of metal and knock those dents out of it. There's one there and one there. So he's going to do that while I take those off, and we got company, because Aunt Beth is just a YouTube guru, right? That's right. Had beat on it. Let's see what you got. What'd you do? What'd you do? Bend it? You got it straight?
Yeah.
All right, good. Yeah, so good. This was pretty twisted up down at this end when we went in that ditch this summer. So Tim's got it pretty straight. We straightened it out once, and of course we're putting it straight. So anyway, we got these parts here. I was going to buy new ones of these to put on here, but because there's nothing wrong with them, I'm just going to put those on, and you're not going to see them anyhow. You're just not going to see them. They're not visible once they're put up in there. So there's no point to it, and the functionality of it is perfect. So what I got to do is pretty simple. I've got them tied up on there, and there's no special place that they need to go other than on, and they're really solid, huh?
Yeah.
They are really solid. So Tim's going to go ahead and get that thing over here, and we will put that on next. And they're locking washers. And that's that. So, and all this is, and this is a really big advancement for New Holland on their pickup design, was to have this rounded piece here, because the older design pickups, they weren't rounded, they were square, and what would happen is the hay would come around that sharp corner and it would pinch. So when they put these on there, it really made a big difference. And you can see the amount of wear that is on this as far as the paint being gone, and it's actually thinned it out a little bit back here. So there's a lot of material goes rubbing over top of these things. So anyway, yeah, we're going to go ahead and put that flapper on there, and then we'll be able to wheel it up and under there and get it up into position for the new, to start putting all the parts back on. Right, Tim? Yeah.